excited. Hey friends, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah from piesnprose, and as you can see from the title of this video, we're bringing it back, I guess like 8 or so months ago, when I had a YouTube video actually go a little bit viral. I only call it viral because I hardly have that many subscribers, but this video got about 20,000 views. Thank you so much if you showed up to that video, you checked it out, and yeah, I appreciate you so much, and especially if you stuck around since then. Like that video and this video, we are talking about the Instagram algorithm, and of course, I do have some updates for you. Let's get right into some updates to the Instagram 2021 algorithm. Just a quick disclaimer before we continue with this video. This is just a general guide. It's based off of my personal experience and my personal research that I've done before recording this video. Everybody approaches social media in a different way. Everyone is unique, and so the experiences are going to be different and unique each time. The most important thing is to just enjoy what you're doing on social media. Otherwise, nothing in this video matters. So I just want to put that out there. The first thing that we want to understand when it comes to the Instagram algorithm, and I'm going to use these little air quotes because I don't like to use the word algorithm in the way that people associate the word algorithm. People think of it as like cracking a code or solving a mystery, but that's totally not the case. But I will use that word in this video just so that we have like an understanding, a general understanding of what we're talking about here. What has significantly changed over the past, I don't know, since the beginning of Instagram, is that Instagram is now refocusing the way that viewers or users discover content, discover creators, discover posts on the platform. Instagram's main focus right now, getting the right exact formula for each individual person so that whenever they go onto the app, they are seeing exactly what they're interested in, and that is based off of their own behavior. So what this means is that if you are a user of Instagram and you go onto Instagram and you behave a certain type of way, Instagram takes note of that and sends you posts or boosts certain posts based off of what you like. How do they know what you like and dislike? So essentially, if you're liking on posts, if you're commenting on posts, like actually engaging with a lot on the platform, they will show you more of the kinds of stuff that you're liking and commenting, etc. So for example, me, I like minimalist home decor, everybody knows that. And so I will like a lot of those posts on the Discover page. And the more that I like those posts, the more of similar kinds of posts will show up on my Discover page. But this gets more refined based on all of the different things that you like, and this is why it becomes unique to each individual viewer, because I like minimalist home decor, other people might like that as well, but nobody's gonna like the same set of exact things that I like. For example, we can say bookstagram, minimalist home decor, abstract nail art, vegan food. All of these things are becoming curated on my Discover page because those are the things that I engage with most often, and Instagram has learned I like those things a lot. So that is how it's going to be for any user on Instagram. It curates that way for everyone. They really want to make sure that when you go onto their app, you're spending the most time there because you are seeing things that you like and you're interested in. Another thing that you have to think about in terms of this is not just the Discover page, but your main page. The main page is the most important, right? So you're probably wondering, how does this apply to your main feed? So pretty much, the people that you follow are going to show up on your main feed, but the order of it is changing now. So say you are following 300 people. I follow about 300 people. You are particularly interested in just a handful of people's stories. So you frequently click on their stories because you find them to be most interesting. Those stories are going to show on the front of your stories feed more than any other person that you follow or creator that you follow. That happens to me a lot. Their stories always pop up first, no matter what time they posted their stories. That's something to think about as well in terms of timing and the chronological feed, which no longer exists. Again, with the stories, it's the same for the main feed and the main feed posts. If I'm liking and commenting on the same set 5 people on the main feed on their static posts, those posts are going to show up top as soon as I open the app, regardless of what time they posted it. Basically, the more you engage with something, the more it'll show up, and that ranges from topic to niche to aesthetic to followers to people. It's all based off of the viewer or the app user's behavior. Long story short, what you need to focus on here is that viewers are discovering posts, creators, and content based off of their own behavior. Okay, so taking that same bit of information, now we have to understand how that can affect a creator's visibility. Because of course, if a user is looking at X, Y, and Z type of topics, you want to make sure that you're visible to that potential follower. So how do you make your content, I know people hate that word content, but that's the best way I can explain it right now. How do you make your content fit into that X, Y, and Z so that the user can find you and the user can discover you? You know what I mean? If you think about it on the regular Instagram user's perspective, they're looking for things that they're interested in. And if you're looking at it from a creator's perspective, you want to make sure that you're creating something that is appealing to the person that's looking for something they're interested in. It is a good way of looking at it when you're trying to create your content plan or your strategy or whatever it is that you're trying to do on Instagram. It doesn't have to be that serious if you're not like a brand or something like that. But with that being said, it's good to note that your visibility can either plummet or get really boosted based off of this information. If you're posting something that is appealing to whatever topic that you're trying to, play into, whatever niche you're trying to play into, then your account could get really boosted in that sense because you're posting something that is appealing to the average user. But if you're not, that could really plummet your reach, your visibility, your discoverability because you're not really posting something that is interesting enough or engaging enough. Basically, Instagram is playing into that whole engagement mission here, which I've talked about many times, and their focus has always been engagement. It was a lot more genuine back in the day when they first started because of course they didn't have so much people on the platform, but now that it's really blown up and there's a lot of users on that platform, they have to find a way to continue that engagement in the best way that they could probably created in a genuine way. That's sort of like the nice way of thinking about it, but in reality, we also know that Instagram just wants us to stay on the platform. Let's be real. Okay, so now that we know how the average Instagram user or the viewer discovers new posts and content and creators, now that we know how that affects the creator side of it, how do we take this information and turn it into something useful that can benefit a creator, benefit someone who is trying to grow and build an audience on Instagram? Let me tell you, that's what this video is about. So one thing that you can do is post a large variety of posts on Instagram through their many features. They have so many features. I was talking about this on my feed actually a few days ago, but Instagram has a lot of features. You can do a lot in the app. So for example, Reels, you can do Instagram stories, you can do in-feed posts, you can do long form videos, short form videos, live streams. Did I say stories? That's actually a good thing. I know it can seem overwhelming, but this can be seen as a good thing. You have a large variety of ways to post, a large opportunity to find people, to have visibility and discoverability so people can find your account. You do not have to do every single feature that is provided on the Instagram app. You don't have to. It's probably not recommended, especially if this is not your job, because it is a full-time job if you were trying to do that. This gives you an opportunity to experiment, and it gives you an opportunity to try different features on Instagram, and that in itself can help boost your account. Let's use me for an example. I get a lot of engagement on my actual feed, which is not necessarily the same as any other creator. People like to see my photos and my posts and my captions, and so I get a lot of engagement there. I also do a lot of Instagram stories, and occasionally I'll go live, but that's not my hard-hitting feature. But every once in a while, I'll post a reel, maybe once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks. And of course, ideally, we would want to post all the time, all these different features all the time to maximize our visibility. But every once in a while, I'll do a reel and I get some visibility from potentially an audience that has never seen my account before because that audience is just strictly into reels. You know what I mean? So you can use these features to your advantage to grow, of course, and the more you do, the better it is, but of course, most importantly, do what's most comfortable for you. Another thing you can do is follow trends. Trends are very helpful with gaining visibility. The reason being is because, of course, if it's trendy, a lot of people are clicking on the trendy stuff. There's a lot of opportunity there as well for growth. Another thing you can do is be mindful of your timing and when you post on the platform. Now, I know this might seem contradicting because I said no matter what time of day it is, some posts are going to be boosted more than others based on the behavior of the Instagram user. However, if a potential follower is on the app and just sort of scrolling and scrolling, it might be wise to post at the time that you know that they're active in order to gain some visibility, some opportunity for them to discover you. Long story short, if I got onto my phone at 2 p.m. and somebody posted right at 2 p.m., there's more of a chance that I would spot their post. And the way that you can figure this out and know exactly what time you should post is through Instagram analytics. I've talked about these analytics before, and I swear to you, it is super helpful. You should be signing up for a business account if you are really serious about growth and building a platform on Instagram. It doesn't matter if you're a creator, it doesn't matter if you're a business, it doesn't matter if you're a personal account. It does not boost or affect your account's visibility at all. It's a myth. You can sign up for the business account, and I recommend that you do. It gives you access to free and really detailed analytics about your account. Why wouldn't you do that? When I go onto my account and I want to know what time I should post, I will see that the most popular time for me to post, or when my audience is active, is between 12 and 2 p.m. And so I use that information. I post between 12 and 2 p.m. And there you go. That's as simple as it can be. Another thing that you can do is be frequent and be consistent. I've mentioned consistency in the last video. Frequency is also important because, of course, you want to make sure that you are active. Instagram knows that you're active and your audience knows that you're active. That keeps loyal followers. That keeps them invested in you, invested in your posts and stuff like that. Now, you don't have to post multiple times a day. You can post once a day. You can post once a week. It doesn't matter as long as you're consistent. So frequency matters, but consistency is more important. So if you had to focus on one of the two, I would focus on consistency because consistency keeps the loyal followers. Consistency means that you're actively using the app and you get visibility there. Frequency would be a little bit more of the focus if you're trying to open up the most possible amount of visibility. Just, get a gauge for what your audience likes and just keep consistent with that. And one last thing that you can do with this information is to create savable content. So this plays into the whole trendy thing. Of course, if it's trending, that's something that's savable. And what I mean by savable is that there is a save post option on Instagram. I'm sure people have heard about it, but you can actually save it for like your own personal reference or something like that. And that is a good thing. Being savable means that your content or your creation is something that is really impactful, it's resourceful, it's informational, it's interesting enough for people to save it. And if that is the case, more than likely it's also shareable. And if it's shareable, then if a lot of people are sharing your post, that means your visibility gets boosted, your opportunity for growth gets boosted, and you just become a lot more discoverable. So it just makes sense. And savable content can really range depending on your niche. However, I will emphasize, savable content is almost always something that has a good bit of information. It teaches something, it's educational, it's super interesting, and that doesn't have to be an infographic. I know infographics are extremely popular on Instagram, but it doesn't need to be an infographic. It doesn't need to actually teach anyone something like a lesson, but it can be something like home decor. If it's a really inspirational home decor piece, I will save it for my personal reference for when I'm decorating my house. So it can be something as simple as that, or it can be as extensive as an infographic, whatever it is that appeals to you, whatever it is that works with your niche and your audience, you know the drill. We've made it to the section of the video where I'll be sharing some really quick tips, tricks, myths, myth busting, all of that good stuff. Just some really quick answers to questions that a lot of people had from my last video. I have my phone here. First thing, Reels are still critically important. I know I said that back in September 2020 and it's now been a lot of months later, but if you think about it, Instagram hasn't come out with anything groundbreaking since Reels, and so of course they still find Reels to be a huge feature that they really emphasize. Reels is a main competitor to TikTok, and TikTok is also doing really well right now. It's continuing to thrive, so Reels will continue to thrive as well as the main competitor. So keep posting your Reels, keep experimenting. It doesn't need to be intricate, it doesn't need to be intense. It can be really simple. Don't let it overwhelm you. Give it a try and just be creative with it. I will note some myth busting here with the Reels. I've heard from a insider, I don't know if it's an insider or what, but from a professional, that Instagram does not like when you post Reels that have a watermark or a logo. Basically, they don't like if you take a TikTok video directly from TikTok with the little logo on it and post it onto Instagram Reels. I guess they can see that, and I guess they don't like that. Try to do the video outside of TikTok and then upload it into Reels, or take those same clips and just redefine it into Instagram Reels. And I guess I have to mention this. I don't know if I have to mention this. I will. Make sure that your Reel videos are vertical. Just make sure they're vertical. Your phone is vertical, so of course the video needs to be vertical. Another flash tip is use your Instagram analytics to create your content plan. I mentioned this already. Instagram analytics are extremely resourceful. Use them and use it as a way to know when to post, what to post, how to post, etc., etc. If you need some more information and tips on Instagram analytics, I did a video quite a while ago. If you want me to do an updated one, let me know in the comments. Discussing a myth here, some people believed for a very long time that if you posted something on your main feed, it would only be sent to 1% of your followers, and if it did well in that 1%, it would open it up to the rest of your followers. This is not true. Apparently, Instagram has confirmed that this is not true whatsoever, and I mentioned this in the last video that I've never experienced such a thing personally, so I'm here to say from personal experience, this is not true. Another flash tip, hashtags still matter. I know people are really confused when it comes to hashtags, and it totally makes sense. I've done a video on this. If you want an updated one, let me know in the comments. But hashtags, smart hashtags, optimized hashtags, hashtags when done right, are monumental. I'll give you a real life example. I have posted on my main feed, and some of my posts go a little bit viral. They get a lot more views than usual, and I always click to figure out why. Like, what did I do here that was more effective than other posts? And a lot of the times, my Instagram analytics will tell me that it was viewed by a lot of people through hashtags. They found me through hashtags. I know some people say that they are dead, they're a dud, but if you use them right, they are still relevant and they're still important. Another flash tip, again, do not do any robotic behavior. I mentioned this in the last video, I'll mention it again. Don't act spammy. Don't do any spammy behavior. It's not gonna do you anything good. What does this mean? Spammy behavior can be liking a lot of posts in a really short period of time, commenting, unfollowing, following, doing a lot of things in mass. So if you're doing a lot of the same thing repeatedly over and over and over again in a short period of time, Instagram thinks that you're a spam. They think that you're a robot, and they will punish you for it. I don't know, I said this before in the past, and I don't know so much anymore, but I don't know if you get shadow banned really, but I do know that if you do try to do spammy behavior, Instagram will pop up and tell you to stop, or they'll tell you like you're violating guidelines, etc., etc. But they'll let you know if you're being spammy, and sometimes they won't let you know, but you'll notice that if you're liking a lot and you've gone too far, you've gone into spammy zone, it will stop liking the photos that you clearly just clicked on to like, and that's an indicator that you're being spammy. So just give it a break, take 5 minutes, go have a glass of water, and come back to it. And with that, another tip is to not try to cheat the system. I know a lot of people watch this video in hopes that I have a solution here in cheating the system, cracking the code, solving the mystery, whatever you want to call it, but that is just not possible with Instagram. Instagram is too big, and they have teams, and they're too smart. You just can't do it. And in this same realm, don't buy followers, don't buy likes, don't buy engagement, don't purchase things. Don't use third-party apps to purchase things that will promise growth on your platform, because one, they'll follow you but then unfollow you the next day, or they won't engage with you whatsoever, and that does you no good. But two, Instagram knows when you do that and they will ban your account. They will just like completely screw your account over because you're doing some shady stuff. So it's not worth it. Don't even try it. Don't even question like, maybe I'll get away with it. You won't. And the last flash tip that I will share with you, that is engagement. You have to engage. You have to engage. You have to genuinely engage. You have to comment on other people's posts. You should be liking, you should be saving, you should be boosting, you should be sharing. You have to engage on the platform. You have to. It is an engagement platform. It is not a platform where you can click post and walk away. That doesn't mean you have to spend hours upon hours on the app, but as long as you're consistent and as long as you are engaging and reciprocating some sort of engagement, that is going to do you some good. I think for me, a rule of thumb is to follow accounts that you genuinely like. Follow people that you actually like. Follow your friends, your family, whoever it may be, and comment on posts, comment on things. It's, you know, like, it's only going to do you good if you engage on an engagement platform. So just do that. It will reap benefits on your own account. Okay, that is all that I have for this updated video. I hope it was interesting. I hope it was helpful. Best of luck to you with your journey on Instagram. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below. I know you left so many comments in the last video and I tried to answer every single one. I promise to do the same here, so feel free to chat with me in the comments. You can also find me on Instagram. I am there most often, if you can tell. And if I miss anything, let me know. Let's spread the love, let's spread some support for one another, and you know, best of luck on Instagram. If you've made it this far, oh my gosh, that's incredible. I know this video is a bit long. It would mean a lot to me if you subscribed and liked this video. Thank you so much for watching. I will talk to you in the next video.